Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 224 of Show For You, where today we'll be going over "LOWKEY" by Niko DeMille. Now, just to start this off, we have been on a generation. I say we, like I partook in making music, you partook in making music, but Niko DeMille has been on a generational run recently with beat creation because holy smokes, does the beat in this song go everything like absolutely crazy. But yeah, so I gotta kind of start discuss the content material first. So we get to see here as Niko is once again kind of discussing. Well, not necessarily once again, but like is a discussion of I guess wanting someone, but them not wanting you, not reciprocating that love, that desire, and also just being generally averse to being in a relationship, saying that they don't want you essentially, and just avoiding I guess commitment. And we see also, as he discusses, how if they wanted as much as he did, then it would have worked out perfectly fine, but ultimately it did not end up being as such, and them just not knowing what to think about him. So, a kind of him suffering due to others' confusion and their, I guess, inability to commit to a relationship. And so we get to see that, and we also get to see discussions of substance abuse and self harm due to these factors, which are inhibiting him from becoming, I guess, oh, not necessarily engaged, but romantically engaged with this individual. So yeah, just really good lyrical content material all around. They are like obviously very good lines in here. It's just like we haven't necessarily seen all of this in one song combined before, but we've seen similar stuff before. So it's nothing crazy, but also it is good. It's good. Like I mean, I can't say anything less than it is good because it is very solid. This song, like I said, lyrically holds up, and it's very good song to listen to. But when you're listening to this song, you ain't here necessarily for the lyrics. You're here for the beat because the beat in this song goes crazy. It goes goofy. So, like the beat, like I said, it is just it's different. Like it's something we've never heard before. Like with Final Act, we had never heard that before. Now with "LOWKEY," we've never heard this before either. Now, yes, it is cool to see this kind of beat return because I can assimilate it most to like and Lifeline, which are relatively earlier 12V songs. And if this style comes back, I will not be complaining because I love the sound of beat. It's super high paced. Fast paced. It's very fast paced. It is very, I guess, not necessarily deafening, but it has a nice resonance to it that like tickles my brain. And so yeah, I just love very high paced. Oh my gosh, fast paced music. And so I love to hear these new types of beats. And I love how it just sounds different. Now, like, I do like when there's consistency in some music. Like, recently, I am listening to Bjork. I'm just got done with her sixth album today. And I like the albums where the consistency is something that I like. So if this is like, oh my goodness, if this beat becomes a consistent theme throughout like future songs, then I will not be complaining because it is phenomenal. It is great, and I love this sound font. I don't know exactly what it is, but it sounds super cool, and I enjoy it. However, I don't want to lose the acoustic. The acoustic. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. The acoustic like music either. So yeah, I really enjoyed this beat. Like I said, the beat is probably the best part of the song in my opinion, but also that is not to undermine the lyrics because the lyrics are very good as well. And I love just seeing this. I love seeing this introspection and this discussion of just like kind of realism, just like being real about it. And also not being as fully submissive to the person that Niko wants in this song, because he is willing to admit that if they would have tried as much as he did, then everything would have been fine. But they slacked up on their part. They were a bum. Well, not necessarily a bum. That's a little bit too harsh of a wording. But yeah, like just they didn't hold up their end of the bargain, and because of this, stuff fell apart. And so I just really like to see that because it's not fully submitting to the other person as being the evil which caused something, but it's also taking that like I don't know that idea of self-deprecation kind of and being like, yo, yeah, it was my fault. I just couldn't I guess be enough for you necessarily. And it's just, I mean, it's not completely your fault. Like I said, it predominantly more focuses on the other person's, not necessarily their fault, but like their reasons for why they couldn't do it. Because, like I said, they just couldn't discern how they felt about him, and therefore they never worked out. So yeah, I really like this because it brings a nice contrast into it. If there's anything I love in my music, at least lyrically, it's diversity or contrast, or as I always use the term, juxtaposition, because it always creates a very interesting, I guess, dichotomy of I guess, lyricism and storytelling. Because the song isn't necessarily a ballad of some sort, it doesn't tell a story, it's not like Birch or something like that, but it does tell a... I don't really know the correct term. It tells you a story without being like a full-on narrative. Like, it tells you about something. It is more of a description as compared to a story. However, this description is phenomenal. It's great. I love this. And like I said, I love seeing this type of song. I personally do and most certainly enjoy ballads, or I guess storytelling songs within my music more often than I do not. But also, I do love these types of songs like this and other variants of songs, obviously. Like, one of my favorite Tyler, the Creator songs is Wilshire, because that has a phenomenal story. And also, other Niko DeMille songs, such as, like I said, such as Birch, which tell a story, are very enjoyable to me. But also, then you have songs that have this kind of like more general discussion of a relationship, like that, like Call You Mine. Call You Mine's, that's my favorite, probably my favorite 12-piece song at the moment. I believe it's Overtaken Obsession. And Are You Famous Yet? Because, oh my gosh, I listened to that song so many times when it like first dropped on Spotify and all that. But yeah, so I guess that's all I really have to say about Low-Key by Niko DeMille. It was a great song. I highly recommend going and listen to it whenever he drops it on Spotify. If this video comes out when he has, then the Spotify link will be in the pinned comment probably. So yeah, that's all I really have for that. And that's all I really have for episode 224 of Show Review. So thank you very much for watching.